What's going on, guys? Playbox here. We're back from our Dragon Ball Legends video. In this one, I want to discuss about the upcoming big announcement coming in reveals and stuff, number 25. So, they've posted this on the news tab, but we're looking at it on legends.dbz.space. Basically, they're talking about a very big announcement coming to Legends. Obviously, they don't have any other information. You have to stay tuned for the reveals and stuff coming October 18th. Now, it's pretty close to... Actually, no, it's like this reveals and stuff is actually happening pretty close to our last one. Our last one was for Ultra Broly and happened actually not a couple weeks ago, or was it last week? I can't remember. Well, then actually, I guess it makes sense. It's like every month, right? But they really emphasize on the fact that this is going to be a big announcement. So it's obviously going to be big, right? A lot of people have given their thoughts on it. And honestly, at this point, I think it's fair to assume that, I mean, first of all, this might not be the big announcement, but it's fair to assume that this probably might have to do with Legends Festival. If not, I've seen some people talk about this is the possibility of them introducing giant characters into the game. I don't know how they would do that, but if they do, that would be really, really cool. Of course, you know, one of the obvious units or characters to want to be introduced as a giant character is like a Great Bizarro, and even of course Styzmask. So that'd be really cool. But I do think this has something to do with Legends Festival. I know in the past Legends Festival has been, you know, nearing the end of November, usually around November 28th. We can actually take a look at when the when last year's Legends Festival started. So if you actually take a look at the banner for last year's Legends Festival, it started out on November 23, and it's really around that same date that the previous Legends Festival for UI Goku, and then the, you know, Black Friday celebration, whatever you want to call it, they usually start up around this time. But it's very, very possible, and at this point, it's highly likely that this year's Legends Festival might start a bit earlier. This is coming from a leaker in the Legends community by the name of Alexander, the Vegito King. And I believe he has leaked some stuff in the past, like for other stuff, like certain LF characters dropping. So I think he's pretty credible, but he basically says, expect Legends Fest to release earlier than last year. Also expect the dog shit, he meant dog shit, 4th anniversary model to be standardized going forward. That is kind of worrisome because many people, the majority, I would say, from based off what I've seen, I know people like to say, you know, social media is very, as a small sample size from the actual player base, but just from what I've seen and, you know, the YouTube videos I've seen and everyone's reaction, many people were not a fan of the 4th anniversary model. Basically, what it was is there's 3 parts to it. First part, drop a single LF banner with a side unit. So for the first part of the anniversary was UI Goku with Gogeta. Then for part 2, the same thing, LF banner with a side unit. We got Dragon Force Goku with Tape Jump, and then part 3 we get an Ultra unit. They will most likely incorporate that model, and if they want to incorporate that model for this Legends Festival, which is to be the biggest celebration of the year, they would have to start it a bit earlier than normally because they would have to fit all 3 parts, right? Last year when we got Legends Festival, we only had 2 parts, but the first part had the same amount of characters as the 4th anniversary had for both their first parts. So last year we had Goku and Vegeta here. This is the Trunks banner, but we had Goku and Vegeta on the other banner with Fury Broly, or Base Broly, and then we had Sword of Hope Trunks and Goku Black and Zamasu. 2 banners dropped at the same time. Normally for celebrations like this, we expect 2 banners to drop. So I don't know why they want to go this route. Obviously, from their tweet they made a while back during on July 7th, they reported that July was their highest player count, active players since release. And what that also means is that's probably their one of their most profitable months in terms of revenue. And if they see that, you know, those type of model, that banner format, that celebration model generated this much activity in terms of player base and revenue, in their perspective, it's a no-brainer for them to use this type of model again, right? So I guess you can't really blame them, but at the same time, you have to somewhat take into account, you know, player satisfaction, right? And if I'm going to be honest, these past couple of months, even you can argue even before fourth anniversary, the decisions that the game has been making has been just completely garbage. This is especially true in these last couple of months, where they're just removing CC everywhere. You know, the unit, even the animations for certain units are like lackluster. There's so much different things that I feel like the decisions they're making just makes no sense. Now, obviously, us as players, we don't have any insight on what they're thinking, right? They might be doing they might be taking a specific decision because they know what's going to be happening, you know, in a couple of months from now. We don't know that, so we're just basing it off of what we see right in front of us. But for them, maybe they might be doing this decision in hopes of it making sense with something that's happening in the future. That's the only logical conclusion I can come to, other than these developers or producers are just absolutely brain dead. Like, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, so that's what I'm gonna go for. So if we were to say that Legends Festival is gonna start earlier, when would it start? Now for this one, it was obviously the end of November, and it went over until the end of December, with the Ultra Gogeta banner, right? So if we take a look at when Ultra Gogeta came out, let's go to this guy and scroll to when his banner dropped. Oh, did they not have when his banner dropped? I think since they released his banner so many times, they lost the release date. But I believe was around December 26th-ish, around Christmas time, and it lasted until like the first week of January or something like that. So based off of that time slot or that time period, it would be what, a month and a half, because end of November to first week of January. I would say it's a month and a half. Now if you take a look at the 4th anniversary time period, Ultra Super Vegeto's here. Let's look at the end date. So Ultra Super Vegeto's banner dropped on July 12th, ended on July 27th. And let's go get the the UI Goku banner here. Wait, did I miss it? Yeah, I think I missed it. UI Goku, where are you? Dude, where the hell is this UI Goku? Okay, here. UI Goku Step Up banner. This dropped on May 27th. So May 27th up until July 27th. That's actually pretty much 2 months, right? 2 months on the dot, actually. So if they wanted to be 2 months and that celebration ending around January, like first week, they would have to start the celebration either end of October to early November. And if this big announcement is gonna, like, say what the date of the if they're gonna reveal a new character in this one, which usually they do it for reveals and stuff, you can expect honestly the start date to drop just the same week, because I don't think they would reveal a new character and then wait a week for them to drop it. So it's very possible, and I also don't think they would make these reveals and stuff and then do another reveals and stuff literally 1 week later for the start of Legends Festival. So it's very possible that Legends Festival starts in a couple weeks, actually, which is actually kind of crazy to think, because we just got an LF unit and a couple weeks later we got an Ultra unit back to back with one of the worst one of the least amount of CCs we've gotten in a month. That is a disgustingly bad combination. Imagine dropping LF Ultra unit back to back like that, especially them being very, very powerful units, almost like must-have units, especially if your remaining teams are on. Imagine dropping all that and in the same month give out the least amount of Chrono Crystals in a month. It's absolutely disgusting. But yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that Legends Festival is going to start earlier, and it might not be as exciting as last year. Like, if they're really adopting this model for the Legends Festival, it might not be great. I don't know, man. We just have to wait and see. It's obviously not the greatest news. I'm pretty sure not many people want to hear that, especially since everyone's always excited for Legends Festival. Last year's Legends Festival was easily one of the most hypest moments in this game's history, with the way they revealed the unit and it's going in. The banner was crazy good. It just was a very nice time to play the game. And if they're gonna ruin that, I mean, what else does this game have? Like, they ruined the 4th anniversary. Obviously, some people thought it was good as well. I thought it was okay. I don't think it was as bad as people made it seem like. But if they're gonna ruin that and then come and ruin this, like, dude, what are they doing with this game? Like, what? It makes no sense, man. It just makes no sense. But anyway, that's probably gonna be it for this video. I'm obviously gonna make a video going on what I believe is gonna be dropping for Legends Festival. I know a lot of people are expecting superhero stuff, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you probably might want to lower those expectations. I think it's highly likely that it's not going to be superhero movies based off of a lot of things. But I'll talk more about that in a video that I'll discuss my predictions. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. That's just so important, so don't forget. Other than that, have a great day. See ya.